as you were saying, your introduction, however you want to introduce yourself, man.
Well, I'm Alano, or Look Alano on Instagram, and I'm a professional roller skater that teach people how to JB skate. So, you know, if you ever need any inspiration or, you know, you want to learn anything about roller skating, I kind of try to like hit everywhere, but I specify in JB skating. So I've been skating for 5 years. I've only been skating for, around like 5 years. I started like 2019, 2018. So before that, I didn't have like a lot of experience in roller skating. And I didn't know JB skating existed until I started going to the skating rinks. I grew up like in poverty and stuff, so we couldn't always go to the skating rinks.
You grew up where?
In poverty.
Poverty.
I wouldn't know. Poverty is a place you stay away from.
It is a place. It's not a good place to be.
Yeah. So I didn't go to like a lot of skating rinks growing up, but when I did and I saw like JB skating, I was like, I'm all
I can get with this.
So So it started with me being like literally the worst skater in the rink, and then I just wanted to like keep going. That ambition, that tenacity came through, and you know, Disney Channel, now Nairobi. Now I'm starting like my own thing that will be out eventually. You know, I'm working on it right now. I'm a one-man team, so you know, day by day.
One man, bro, but it feels like 1,000 of you. I see you everywhere, bro. Everywhere, bro. Whether it's the following or videos from the impact you've had across the world, literally across the world. Like I've impacted skate lives around the world. You can say that.
How does that feel though? Like,
you don't really. I grew up like humble, so like I never like. I kind of undervalue myself a lot, and I made a post about that on my story today, where like I didn't really capture how big, you know, the impact my videos had, you know, and like you did say, you know, going to Nairobi is like small feat. I stayed out there for 12 months teaching them everything
for a whole year.
Yeah, I was out there for a year.
You uprooted your entire life to go and give to a different skate world.
Yeah,
it's not even
the
same.
It didn't exist. So I'm gonna tell you guys, when I got off the airport, first I'm gonna say it was a huge risk going out there. I thought me and Jared, so Roller Rouge, me and my partner Jared, we both went out there. He's from Canada and I'm from Chicago, and we didn't know each other prior to that. So that was my first time meeting him, besides like messaging. But when we got there, they looked at my skates and they was like, "Why do you have wheels on your shoes? What is this?" They never saw it before.
Whoa!
So
that's crazy.
That's really nuts. Yeah.
TSA and other well, first of all, other countries don't have TSA, but the reception at the airport, the equivalent was like,
"What are these wheels?" I had like 5 pair of skates, and you know they never saw the skates, or they just wasn't like. That specific person wasn't used to it, so they was like, "Yo, like, what is this? Like, you have a bomb in here? Like, what are these wheels for?" You know, it's TSA. Yeah.
Wow. It just
and that's just the airport. Yeah. I'm in Nairobi, and you know. Yeah.
So like roller skating doesn't exist there at
all. So roller skating exists, but it's not as big as it is here. Here it's like household. But out there, you know, they got roller blades. Most people use roller blades, but they call them like shoes. So, you know, quads aren't as popular as blades. Everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people wear blades out there. But quads, they're like,
I would have known this.
Oh yeah.
I would have known this. Like I've seen them on blades in
like
hanging on the car.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
I don't know that I've seen any rinks.
Yeah.
Is the one that y'all
okay, and I was just about to say that the skater rink out there is the first in East Africa. There are no
East Africa, not
East Africa. So they only have a skater rink in South Africa, and I believe it's some other places that I'm not. That I can't think of right now, but like in East Africa, Skate City, Nairobi is literally the first. So we introducing
all of to a whole region.
Yeah, literally,
That's like a destination location now.
Yeah. It's like now it's like a tourist spot. Like when you go to Nairobi, you have to go to Skate City. Yeah.
Golly, man. So you lived out there
So you lived out there for an entire year.
So I was out there for exactly around like 10 or 11 months.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you know, most people don't even want to move away from home to go to college, man.
Yeah.
So for you to pick up something totally new, a new hobby,
yeah.
if that's what you want to call it, right? Yeah. And you said 2019, yeah. And then just a couple years later, take your whole life to a different, like, and the other thing is like, a lot of people don't even understand how different every other country is compared to America.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
So for you, it wasn't like you went from just Cali to Jersey or something. You know what I mean? It wasn't Chicago to Texas. It was America to Africa. So it's a whole nother world, a whole nother culture, all different food, a whole different way of being, bro. Yeah. And you did that for roller skating. So I would assume that at this point, roller skating has taken very deep roots.
This is my
direction you decide to go in your life.
There's food, there's sleeping, and then there's roller skating.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all there is, bro. I promise. That's the skate life.
Oh yeah.
And so, what does that do for you? What matter of fact, what kind of goal or impact do you want to have in roller skating?
I don't want to. I'm one for like.
I want to hear the vision, bro.
So I'm not. I don't want to say like too much because I'm one for like action over talking because like you know. So like I do plan on doing like I want to touch a little bit on everything. I see life as I see like with skating. With skating, I kind of touch a little bit on anything. I can JB skate. I can ride. I can do R&B skating. I can do a 360. Whatever you can toss at me, I try to be super versatile. So I want to be versatile in skating as it relates to like business too. Like I'm creating like my own skate academy. I do eventually one of these days, hopefully in a few years, have my own skating rink. And I want this to be international. Like, I went to Africa. I saw how it is out there. I saw how sought after roller skating is around the world. Like, I got people in Taiwan, people in South Korea, people in Australia and Greece reaching out to me like, we watch your videos every day. We want to learn how to JV skate. So JV skating and roller skating is super popular and sought after. So I want to make it so everybody have that same opportunity that I do here in Chicago to learn how to do these different styles and different cultures. So, but first I had to, put the knowledge in myself. So I had to go out to the OGs and go to the old school sessions and learn as much as I can. And my plan is to do that with every style. Like I said, I didn't want to say too much because I kind of just wanted to like do it. But that is my plan to actually go out like, this is Chicago. We do JV skating. Imagine I go to Atlanta and I learn how to, ATL ride or ATL step, and I'm out there for a month
from
or
the
two.
source.
From the source, from the people. Yeah,
you embrace it fully.
Oh
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not just I'm gonna go and have a practice session over the thing and try what I see with my friends. It's like if you want to learn Spanish, the best way to do it is to go somewhere they speak only Spanish. You immerse yourself in it.
Exactly.
And I think that like us as instructors as well, one of our goals is to be well versed in all the styles, so that because I don't want somebody to come up to me wanting to learn something and they see me as like the skate teacher, and the teacher is telling, and it's okay to not know, but like I don't want to be put in that situation. I'd rather just know as much as I can, especially if this is coming from someone who's early in their skate journey. Like you should be able to cover a broad amount of areas if somebody's pretty early in their journey. When you start getting deep in the skate journey and you start getting into like heavy styles and high technique, it's like that's a little different. Like I was with Ant in the middle last night, matter of fact, and the slides and stuff he was doing, I ain't seen some of that before. And it's like, if somebody come up to you asking how to do that, that's very specialized knowledge. But it sounds like you have a good path in mind for how you want to be. Like, you have a good vision for what kind of teacher you want to be, what kind of skate instructor you want to be. Yeah?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
So, what do you think about, what's your approach to teaching?
My approach to teaching, obviously, like you said, depend on the levels. And also, a lot of teachers try to like put their plant on like the student. I want to know like your vision. Like I would literally ask you, I'm like, why do you skate? What's your reason for skating? because imagine they just want to vibe, they just want to feel good. So I'm not really gonna teach them like no super like technical stuff, because like they just want to be able to be comfortable on their skates. If they want to feel good, they just want to be as comfortable as possible on their skates. But on the opposite, somebody tell me I want to get better, I want to be like you. I'm like, all right, cool. They need a strong foundation. We're going to start from the bottom. We're going to get your balance up. We're going to pick whatever style you want. I'm going to let you know. I mean, you're going to tell me what type of skater you want to be. Do you want to be footwork oriented? Do you want to be smooth? Do you want to be technical? Do you want to be groovy? Do you want to be a showman? You know, all that stuff matter. And then we can take that approach and go from there.
Wow. Yeah. So you mentioned the word showman just now.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, that's a very Chicago thing. Did you know that?
Really?
It's a very Chicago thing. So like I've heard that perspective multiple times since I've been here this weekend. Like, for example, the conversation I had with Josh last night in the middle. He's like, you have to garner the attention of the audience, give them a reason to watch. It's very much a performance. That
make it
seems
look good,
to be
look easy.
Yeah, that seems to be a part of like what's forefront in the style. Is that? Do you think that translates to like what's happening on the outside as well as the middle?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, JB. So JB stands for James Brown. Okay. What is James Brown known for? James Brown is known for his performances, not what he do, how he do it. No, there will never be another James Brown ever in life. It's because of how he, you know, structured everything he did and how he showed himself to the world, and we embodied that. So it's not about what you can do. Anybody can do a walk back, a bucky walk, a short step, but it's how you do it. And that's why people, you know, follow me and like my videos, because I show you it's not just about what you do. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Do you want to do it old school? Do you want to be middle school? Do you want that funk? Do you want to be smooth? Like I said, I've had all the little genres of skaters. All of that matter in JB skating and how we skate in Chicago.
So, a question about your teaching, because you have so many different approaches. But if you wanted to create a great skater, whatever your idea is, great up here is. What do you think are the most critical techniques or concepts that they need to understand at the same level you do in order to be as good as you or better, that great skater, you know? Like what's really important?
Okay, so first and foremost, I will always say, you know, balance. Okay, so balance is definitely number one, because with balance, you can virtually do anything. You know, think of Bobby. We all know Bobby. Bobby is so great. He's with Usher right now because his balance is like, you know, really.
What do you mean by balance, though? So guys, there's a lot of different ways to balance. Are we talking about like 1 foot balance, just being competent on your edges? Are we talking about like not tipping over when you spin? Are we talking about having like full body strength and control in order to be fluid in all your movements?
So I would say skate balance is how in control are you of your body while you got your skates on. Okay. Yeah. I say it's simply just like that.
Yeah, that's a good way to summarize. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's we got something balance that a beginner can understand and advanced can understand.
Absolutely. Yeah. Makes sense across the board. So we got balance.
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah.
What else?
So you said to make a good roller skater. Yeah. So balance is kind of I want to say the only thing, but like you said, it goes into. Oh yeah. Okay. I feel like that's. As just a roller skater, and I'm not going into like styles. I would say just roller skater. Okay. Balance is kind of the one and all, but it's broad. It goes, you know, it's balance right here, and then we got these things that goes from the balance. Okay. So like I said, you got to know how to pivot. You know, at least a heel toe spin. Knowledge of your edges, crossover, backwards crossover. Those are basic things that you gotta have for me to call you a roller skater. Because if you can't pivot or you can't do a crossover or skate backwards, then you still got ways to go before you can be like an official roller skater. Now, anybody that put on skates is technically a roller skater. If you put on skates, you're technically a roller skater. Right. But to have that foundation is when you really become a roller skater. Like I can dribble basketball and call myself a basketball player. Yeah. But we know how to hoop for real.
That's a good analogy. I like that. I like that. That's a good way to put it. Man, yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's peel one more layer back. Yeah. We've got balance. Yeah. And then you said something about heel toe spin, pivots, and things of that nature. So those are some of the first techniques.
Those are the
foundational techniques. Okay, 1 foot pivots or 2 foot pivots?
I would say 1 foot pivot because, like I said, it's about that balance. So the balance, for you to have that balance, like I said, pivot, crossover, backward skate in, and a heel toe spin.
Do you have this written down somewhere?
Huh?
You write this down?
If you see my notes are really crazy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You keep them in a journal, or are you more of a
I'm a super, like, I'm a digital guy, but I do have, like, I got a lot of notes. Like I said, my mind be everywhere. I have to write this stuff down. This is what I do, you know, and like I study this and I study skaters and roller skating, and I try to incorporate other stuff like dance. I'm not the best dancer, but I do want to get better at dancing because it kind of go hand in hand. I do feel like as JV skaters or riders or, you know, New York, New Jersey, where dancers on stage. You know, I definitely believe that, and a lot of people don't talk about it, but it's important. You know, it's important to, like, you know, that they go hand in hand, because somebody could be a great skater, and then you'll be like, something off. It's because they don't got that skate. They don't got the skate waist down. Yeah. And somebody could be a great like dancer, and like they look cool, but like, you know, they not doing nothing down there. So I feel like they go hand in hand, and it should be talked about more. So
how often do you get an opportunity to speak about all of the masterminds you seem to be doing on your own?
Not like, you know, usually I just post my videos, but we don't have a lot of people like out here. It's only like a handful of us that like make skate content in general. So we definitely don't really have a lot of people that do like more podcasts or like talking stuff, which we should do. But, you know, I will do it myself, but I don't want to spread myself too thin because I feel like I already do like a lot. Just my time, because I'm a normal person. I got a job. I got, you know, stuff that I got to do. So I got my videography page, and then I got my page where I like teach people how to skate, and then I'll skate. I still want to skate for myself. I'm a roller skater first, and then content creator, then a videographer, so in that order.
You make your skate session.
Sometimes I'm like,
your skate session the priority. Yeah, before you make content the priority. A lot of people will feel.
No. I'm a roller skater. Yeah, meaning like no cameras at all. Sometimes. Yeah.
How often do you make time for your own skate sessions?
It really depends on the vibe. I wouldn't be able to give you like, oh, you know, Tuesdays is my day, because if I'm skating, I'm having a good time, but like I see a skater, so I'm a videographer too, and I see a skater that don't skate a lot, and I know like, oh, they about to go crazy. I gotta whip my phone out and get my light, and I'm gonna get them. Or if I think of an idea and I see a skater that I want to collab with, I might have to put how I feel in the moment, you know, skate it for myself to the side to create the content, because I know that my viewers will really appreciate this collaboration. Or if I have an idea or something, it's all about like, you know, what happens, opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How do you view your social media page? Do you think of it like a business or a media company, or do you think it's just your skate page, or, you know, is it your way of giving back to the skate culture, or? You know.
I'm transitioning into the more like business thing, but at the same time, it's called Look at Lano. I am a person, so I always gotta remind myself to, like, you know, show who I am. Yeah, you know, people follow me because they like, you know, my skating. So, you know, that transition into like them knowing what type of person I am, my views on specific things, how I feel about specific things. But I do want to keep it like professional and stuff for like brands, like, you know, a lot of skaters out here been sponsored by Adidas and Rydell and stuff. So I can't like be too, you know, Alano is, because I am, you know, I'm me, and we not always like, formal and stuff. So, you know, so it's like having a balance. Everything in life is balanced, and this is no different. So, yeah.
It's all balance, man.
Oh, yeah.
So,
balance.
all balance.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that was balance.
Seems like a core value.
I'm going to get just tie it on me.
Yeah. That's good. Get yin yang, and it looks like wheels.
Oh,
with like a streak behind it.
It's an opportunity for you guys.
That would be fire. That would be fire. Put that shit on a t-shirt. Yeah, man. That's it. So, you know, we have a skate school. So in Kansas City.
Oh, which is extremely impressive. Yeah. Like really impressive.
Thank you.
So yeah.
And I was wondering what you thought about the things that we teach our students.
Yeah.
And then I was wondering how you would teach new students.
We're not that much different. you're really not that much different because you guys start at, like I said, somebody that probably just started like a month ago and do it, and then you progress into somebody, you know, of our caliber, which is, I would say that's the perfect way to go. So I really don't have any critiques. Whether, like I said, whether you've been skating a month, a year, 5, 10 years, there's one level that you guys teach and where they be like, oh, I can relate to that. So that's the goal at the end of it. At the end of the day, to teach somebody is for them to feel seen and you know, related to. So yeah, you know, y'all got it down pat.
Wow, man. So what? This is a personal question now.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like personal, but like I'm interested in the answer now.
Okay.
What are the top 3 tips you would give a skate content creator to grow?
To grow. Okay, I'm glad you specified that, because there is so there's 3 types of content. Okay. You got relatable content. Okay. You got informative content. Okay. You got entertainment. So you got to balance all 3, because all 3 play different roles. When you inform people, it's so you can gain their trust. So you gain their trust by also So you offer them, you know, free advice, and then they trust you more. So if you want to, like, you know, if you want to possibly like sell them something or like, you know, something of that nature. And then entertainment is for people that usually don't really like skate like that. People that skate can still like watch it and consume it, but it's mostly for somebody where they're like, oh, even though they don't really care about skating, they'll still like watch it. So that's how you get your views. So that's how you get your views up. And relatable is for people like us, you know. I go to the skating rink, I leave my headphones at home, the DJ sucks. We can like relate to that. So everybody knows a lot of shares and stuff. So that's, you know, those are like the top 3 things to pay attention to as a skate content creator. And the number one thing I see a lot of people do and they don't grow is because they just post skate videos. Yeah. And I'm like, they just post themselves skating. I'm like, okay, you might be a great skater, but I'm not gonna say there's no value in that, because some skaters can get away with that, but you gotta be like a really like phenomenal, you gotta be a phenomenal skater to get away with that. Because
mediocre doesn't impress the people who don't watch skating, and it doesn't impress the people who do skate. Yeah. So you have to really be top tier.
Oh yeah. So a lot of people skate, post videos for themselves, and they're like, oh, I think that looks cool, let me post it, and then they get like 100 views, and they're like, oh, what happened? I'm like, you gotta provide some type of value. You gotta give people a reason to follow you. I'm coming back to Lano because I know he's gonna teach me something. I'm coming back to so and so because he's funny. I'm coming back to him because he's really good at spinning, and he give me spinning tips, or he posts memes, or he posts, you know, you gotta give them a reason to come back. Yeah, you gotta give them a reason to come back, and you like skating along. Like I said, some people can get away with it, but most of us, including myself, if I just posted me skating, I wouldn't be nowhere near where I am now. I know people follow me for those 3 reasons, because sometimes I post relatable content, sometimes I post informative content, and sometimes I post me, you know, skate away with 5 different people and we just look smooth. You know, so people follow me for specific reasons. So if I went and I just started posting whatever, you know, just me skating by myself with no type of like, no like, I don't know, without no purpose, then, you know, your views will kind of take a hit from that. So,
first of all, that's really smart. And it sounds like you're pretty intentional about the way you execute that.
For sure.
That has to do with your growth. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, when you're in the rink, and you're getting ready to hop out in the middle, what is your approach? Yeah, bro.
In the middle.
You don't do no middle work? It's all outside. I am mostly outside. Mostly outside.
You said what?
Mostly outside work, like round the
I would say 99. Like, it's super rare to see me in the middle, and it's not because I have anything against the middle. I just have to take it in that I got to be a beginner again, because in the middle I can just crazy leg lock and do like a crab walk, and like some pivots. So I do need to get into that just to like branch out for the sake of like, you know, my platform, and I want to be able to like interact with other skaters and stuff.
Because that's the only place certain people hang out.
Literally. Yeah, I could be missing out on like a lot of like potential like relationships or like, you know, collaborations, because I'm literally not in that area at all, because like I'm just on the outside, and I'm like, I'm great on the outside, but when I get in the middle, I start overthinking. My balance might not be the best.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm personally. A lot of attention because it's usually one person skating, and I'm an introvert, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So like people just staring at me skating,
it's completely out of where we want to be. I feel that.
So I'm working on it.
So since we're focused on the outside end, do you prefer choreography or do you prefer freestyle?
Okay, it's crazy you say that. So in the beginning, when I first started skating, I was a routine guy. All I did was routines.
Yeah.
My teacher, Keisha, she taught me like 50 different routines, and I would just only do those. And then I made a conscious effort to like freestyle. And now I got to the point when I went to Kenya, a lot of my growth, believe it or not, came in Kenya. Because when I was in Nairobi, we literally worked. We was just skating for a living. So I would wake up, I would go to the skating rink, and I was there for 12 hours, 5, 6, 7 days a week.
Oh my goodness.
Even if I wasn't skating all the time, literally I just had my skates on. Like I went to the bathroom with my skates. I'm eating in my skates.
The things I've done with my skating apps.
On
the computer with my skates on because somebody's going through the door, ask all these questions, or I'm getting ready to teach a class. One of those two things.
Yeah.
And I've got my skates on at a time that I normally probably with me. So it's real interesting.
Oh yeah, you just live with your skates on.
It's easier to have them on than take them off. Don't get me started.
That's why it's important to have a good boot too.
Yeah, literally.
Because when I was on trash boots and my toes was all cramped up and the arch of my foot was burning because it's just tired and fatigued, it's like, you can't do that. You can't be in a $130 pair of roller skates and be in the bars for more than 4 hours.
Not in that point.
No way. So, how many skates do you have?
So right now, I had 7 pair of skates, but I got rid of a few pair just because I didn't use them. And when I was in Kenya, it was a lot of people didn't have access to even buy skates, let alone if they had access to buy skates, they're way too expensive. So I gave away a few pairs of my skates in Kenya at like an extreme discounted price. So right now, I think I only have like 4 pair of skates. I got a pair of 336s from Rydell. Rydell, if you're watching this, I want to work with you guys. I have another pair of Rydells. I think they're 130. 133 or something. It's some brown skates, and then I have my highs that I got from my mentor Chucky. So I appreciate Chucky, And then I also have some other like black Rydell skates that I use as my outdoor skates. I don't know like what number they are, but those are the 4 skates that I use. So
man. So how would you? Why do people like highs, man?
I feel like it's a Jordan effect. It's a Jordan effect. No, I really feel like it's a popularity thing because the more you learn about skates, obviously you guys know about skates and like support and stability and stuff. And from what I've learned from I want to say my skate anatomy teachers.
That's
highs aren't like they're not like they just look cool. If I'm being honest, they just look cool. And they have that historic effect. They was around from the 70s. And they don't make them no more. So it's a rarity thing. It's like having like some off-white. It might not be the best, but it makes you feel cool, and it do look different. I'm not gonna lie. Having like bulkier skates, JB skating and bulkier skates don't look as like appealing as having some highs or like some soft boot. So I feel like it's a look thing. It's a vanity thing.
I think it's a little bit deeper than that.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm from 172.
Yeah.
And they're the closest thing that Rydell makes to a high.
Yeah.
And because that boot is so malleable, so to speak,
it
allows you to articulate.
Oh yeah. I definitely get that. I completely skipped over that. I know what I'm talking about.
Like you're able to do things and manipulate your foot in the way that.
You got ankle freedom and
With KJ rides, it's a bulkier boot, so you just can't get some of the same finesse.
I will say in 3200s, it takes a lot more technique for me to be able to emulate what I see people in hides do. Especially when it comes to edge work. That constant sway that's always happening in JB. For me, especially with the cushions that I have, it's like one of the harder ones at the end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I can't get that edge as deeply. I can't lean as smoothly with lean alone. I have to lift. I have to press into my heel, lift my toe, so that I can kind of shift. And that looks more like this rather than actually dipping and leaning.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't matter, like skill level wise. Like I've seen kids, I've seen OGs. They all hit that sway almost identical.
Yes, sir.
Like regardless of experience matter.
What's going on?
So I think there's a portion of it that is somewhat functional to the style specifically. That adds to it. So
when he had asked that, I thought you meant highs like specifically, because we have a bunch of like soft boots that we can choose from. But I thought high specifically. I'm like, oh, you know, it's mostly like I have a high, just a look cool thing, but it definitely, like you said, ankle mobility and the sway, and like we use a pigeon toe a lot when we skate, and it's really hard to pigeon toe. Like in my 336, it's like my foot don't move at all because of how hard the booty is. But when I put my hide on or my right heel, you know, my pigeon toe, you can see it, and it's like pronounced and stuff, and it shows in my skating and everything.
Right.
So yeah,
I want you to channel your skate engineer brain for a second, because that's the direction. That was the introduction question.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the direction I want to go.
Yeah.
Is what's your favorite equipment to have on your roller skates? What's your favorite wheels, bearings, plate, and boot?
Okay, so
or setup overall.
Okay, so my setup. So right now, I have Reba wheels. So you know Reba. I don't know much about.
I haven't seen their wheels.
Really?
I've seen the boot. I've seen Rock's World in the boot. I haven't seen their wheels.
Okay. So
that was probably like the biggest sponsor.
Okay.
He's like the only one I see him, honestly.
Yeah. So Reba's, I wear the Reba wheels. It wasn't intentional. So out here in Chicago, sometimes our floors are like really slippery. I don't know if it's everywhere, but sometimes our floor is really slippery, and other times, you know, super grippy. So
it's gonna be tonight.
Yeah, tonight we're gonna be sliding. We're gonna be sliding. So to combat that, I got the Reba wheels because they were softer. I think they're 98 or 95 or something. So, so mine's are like, they have, you know, 101, 101 8s and 103s, but I wear the 98 8s. So
it sounds like you don't like to slide.
I don't at all. How I skate, you guys seeing how I skate, it's really like
1, 2, 3.
No, I'm a slide, and then like how I skate, I kind of skate like I'm drunk a little bit, and I like it like that because I try to represent like freedom when I skate. I want to have complete freedom. So a lot of times, like with snappers, I imitate snappers a lot when I'm JV skating, when I'm pivoting, because they use their entire body to like pivot and go from side to side. Right. So imagine I got some 103s on and it's slippery, and I just literally put everything. I put all 170 pounds into like this pivot, and then I slide across and I fall on my shoulder and I break my arm or something. So I need as much grip as possible. Hence why I wear like Rebas.
Right.
So I have Rebas.
Reba wheels.
Yeah. So I have my Reba wheels. I have, what is that plate called? Reactor Pro. I have a Reactor Pro.
A lot of good things about the Reactor Pro.
Yeah.
Seems like the most common top tier plate. Other than maybe the Aries.
Yeah. So it's called the Reactor Pro because it reacts. So like that sway that you was talking about, we don't have to really worry much about it. So we, you lift right here.
What do you mean it reacts?
You said what?
What do you mean it reacts?
It reacts to like
resistance whenever you move. Or like what do you feel?
It's more responsive.
Yeah, that's the word. I was trying to play on the word, you know. Okay. So with your skate edges, so your pinky toe is your outer edge, and then your big toe is your inner edge. So when I put like that side down with my big toe, and I want to go this way, I can do a U-turn like that, and it's like really easy depending on like how loose your peg is and everything. So like if I'm in the middle, those circles in the middle, I did a little bit of figure skating, just a little bit, maybe like 2 weeks, and then I quit. But they used to have us just going like in that circle, and it helped so much to like have that plate, because like you say, it responds to your body just like that.
Yeah.
So
wow.
So yeah.
What socks do you wear?
Oh, whatever socks I got on.
No way, bro.
Whatever socks I got on. I didn't
That's
know
crazy.
people did that until recently. Like some girl told me like, oh, I have specific socks for skating. I'm like, oh, is that? I didn't know it was that deep.
Because of how the boot fits, because of how the boot fits, because of how the sock feels. You know, maybe you want more cushion padding. My skates used to crunch my toes.
Yeah.
So like, a pair of Nike Elites or like some thick athletic socks was really much better on me than like some thin fruit of the loom every day.
Okay. You know, slide differently. Like, you got two layers to them. You can feel that slide in between your boots. So
and then you get blisters.
That and it affects the responsiveness. So like, if you're snapping, for instance, you can really tell when it's like, okay, there was a lot of slop in that.
Yeah.
It's not as crisp as you want it to be. You're not able to navigate through traffic the way you might. You know you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
Add on any extra inhibitors to your ability at that moment, whether that be, you know, alcohol or other substances. That's going to dramatically affect your ability to navigate.
Yeah.
So you'll end up getting frustrated, and it's honestly you could have put a different pair of socks
on. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna try some new socks.
Hey man, it makes a huge difference. I tell you, the more deep you get on your setup, the more you start to realize how much every piece of it matters. I mean, we even dress for roller skating, which I'm sure most people do, but like some people just don't care and they'll come in jeans. It's cool. Like I can skate in jeans if I had to.
Right after work.
Depends on what brand, because they might get ripped up, but we'll see. Right after work, like you said. So we got Reaver wheels, Reactor Pro plate.
Yeah.
We need bearings. We need to talk about boot. We need to talk about the laces.
Really?
I run through laces.
Okay.
And whether you change your insole out or not, or if you have one.
Okay, so I do have, I'm going to go up the little skates here. So next is our bearings. So my bearings, I recently, maybe a week and a half ago, I bought some reds. I think they're called China reds.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought them.
Those are steel ball bearings, right?
Yeah. Okay, I bought those because I have an issue keeping up with my peers. So I'm in JV Legacy, and they're really known for skating, you know, fast. They're flying, and I'm the one person behind. Like they're right here, and I'm like, wait, guys.
It's like, slow down, guys. Why are we going so fast?
So yeah, so
that's how I am with him. Whenever like my bearings get dirty, or my wheels start getting too small.
Yeah, wow, you got the quicks. I had those before. Yeah.
Yeah, quicks are nice. I haven't deviated from that at all. Like I tried red, a couple of different reds, and one other brand I don't remember because they didn't last long. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Okay.
I had the same exact problem. So we got reds, we got Reaver wheels, we got Reactor Pro.
Yeah.
What kind of boot you rolling in?
Well, you know, I got my highs. So it's my first pair of highs that I got maybe I want to say like a year and like 2 or 3 months ago, and it completely like changed like how I skated. I don't know why, and it's
like you get superpowers, don't it?
More narrow, but allowed you to articulate your moves a little bit differently than you did something that was thicker. Like I noticed that as soon as I put the OGs on in comparison to the Dominion, the Dominion boot I had. One, I was running that boot into the ground. I mean, now looks crazy. There's holes everywhere. Like I've got what's it called? Flex seal patches on the inside of the boot because my laces I tie them around the ankle. I do a lot of snapping, and that really
it's like a roll.
It eats away at my boots. So like I've got holes in places that most people don't. Because my laces will eat through it. It's like I don't want to lace it higher because I love that tongue. A little bit of tongue. It's a finesse thing. Honestly, I should just tie them all the way up. I'm not going to. I'm gonna literally roll them until I can. Hopefully I buy them.
Okay. So it is. So my hide was a gift from my skate mentor. I got from Chucky. So you know, one day he literally just came to me and he was like, "Hey bro, your birthday was a month ago. You were on my skates," and then he literally took the skates off his feet, and we just happened to be. I learned that he's a 12 and I'm a 11, so that's where we had like issues a little bit later. But he did give me those skates, and I wore those skates for like, I would say like 4 months until I traded them to someone else, and then they gave me the highs that I have now. So, but you know, I feel like that was my prime. My prime was when Chucky gave me those skates. And I had,
You peaked.
Oh yeah, that was my peak. That was Milano,
So that's what's up, man. So, tell me about Chucky. I don't think I've had a single full conversation with him. I've seen him. I've seen YouTube videos. I've seen him on Instagram and things. but I don't know anything about him, and he was your mentor. So, I mean, I'm interested to hear who he is, what type of figure he is to the JV culture here, because I see he's in the OG position of like, you know, one of the ones really giving back to the younger generation.
Yeah, so my first mentor is Keisha, but my second mentor was Chucky, and Chucky taught me all the fundamental moves. So I skate all 3 generations. I skate new school, which I'm kind of learning now. I went backwards. So I started with middle school, which is like early 2000s to like 2010.
Okay.
And then, so I learned middle school from Keisha. So, and then I learned old school from Chucky. So all my tutorials get checked in by Chucky. Like if I buck you off, oh man, since you start, I'm like, hey Chucky, you know, make sure I'm doing it right, because you know people here call you out. We in Chicago, they don't care. They'll call you out. So so all the traditional moves and like my smoothness, my foundation, my form, the little things that people don't really pay attention to that come from Chucky.
And you can't pick up on it by just watching either.
The untrained eye won't see it.
I had somebody show me some moves, and I swore I knew how to long step and short step until I got right next to him, and it was like, no, it's supposed to be this and that, and you bow your leg out when you get here, and bonus points if you can turn your foot out when you come up, and then point it in when you come down for the step. I'm like, oh, that's tough. That's tough. I missed all of that. I missed all of that, and I thought I could make it look the same, but I knew I wasn't doing it the same. I knew I would, and that's the benefit of a mentor, and you live in the city. So you said Keisha? Keisha taught you middle school. Chucky taught you old school.
And I'm learning new school.
How you learning
from
new school?
Mike. So Mikey the skater.
Okay.
So I'm learning middle school. He's like,
he's been at the party. Have you seen
Okay. I wouldn't. Okay, so I don't, like you said, I haven't talked a lot about how I feel about different like things as it relates to like the skate culture and JV skating. I feel like there are 4 generations. So I feel like I feel like the first generation is when JB first started, like around the 70s up into the early 2000s. That's old school. And then I feel like middle school is, well, disclaimer, this is my personal opinion. Like I said, we gotta have a lot of disclaimers.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
So like I was saying, middle school I feel like is from early 2000s to the 2010s. And then I feel like the first generation of new school is from 2010 to like 2018, 2019, and then my generation, which is the new school, is like the COVID skaters. So the people that started skating around COVID, we're a totally different generation than the first new school, and we skate entire. I'm not gonna say we skate differently, because like the first new school is the people we look up to. They're like our OGs. So, and I feel like we aren't there yet. We still have maybe 3, 4, 5 years to establish who we are before we can say, okay, this is our generation, because everybody's still figuring themselves out. Even though I teach skating, I teach foundational skating, and I'm still figuring out what I'm doing. Every day, I'm practicing. Even if you was watching, if anybody saw me yesterday, I was literally practicing the entire session, because I'm still trying to figure out who is Alano. You know, for sure, at all times. So I feel like there's 4 different generations, and that's something that don't get talked about. So you know,
and I'm glad you said that, because I've been saying that for a little while. So I've been saying that for a good minute, because I started skating in 2016 in college at Arkansas Pine Bluff. You might know Josh. Josh Hines he wear glasses. And so we were in marching band together at Arkansas Pine Bluff. And so that's how I know him. But we started skating together 2016, and I've been skating since then. But when COVID happened, first of all, skates were sold out everywhere. Everything was, shut down. People were finding places to skate outside. But you know what else happened was social media blew up. Everybody was on their phone. Social media was like the annoying poison you had to take, because, kind of some people did it. It became life itself. During COVID, and it still pretty much is taking over at this point. It's not going to go back. The genie's out the bottle.
Look what we're doing right now.
Look what we're doing right now. The genie's out the bottle. There's no putting it back, right? And so that sparked the new generation of skaters, because things that were happening around that time. 365 days of skate challenge. How many people were talking about trying to skate every single day? You know what I mean? They were just popping up in their own garage or the driveway tennis courts and stuff like that, right? Just skating. And where do you get to learn if everything's shut down? You can't even go to the rink to actually connect with people. You have to watch things online.
Yeah.
And nobody was creating content online for real as far as like teaching goes. Not really.
Yeah.
Count on one hand probably. You know, everybody was showcasing. There was quite a few people showcasing the skate world. And so you get a little bit of that and people trying to imitate that. And the other benefit to that is the internet brings everyone together. So you got to see East Coast, West Coast, you got to see Middle America, you know, that Midwest, St. Louis, Kansas City, Texas, Florida, party in Memphis, party in Detroit, party in Chicago, you know, JV skating, all the styles. And it creates a different breed of skaters because now we can do everything that we see, and we're studying everything and we're putting it together. When I look at a skater like myself, for example, I don't identify with a style because number one, it hurts my perspective on how it hurts my flow.
Yeah, I can see that.
To box myself in to any style or try to identify as whether I did something right or not. You know what I mean? And number two is because like I literally try to intentionally learn everything. I try to pull from everything. And there's a lot of people in our generation that just use the internet to learn everything. So I think that's a totally different breed of skaters.
Yeah.
And since it's a new generation, like you said, it's still forming the identity and we're still forming what it looks like at a base level. And then once you see it, then the next generation can come in and elevate that even further to the highest level. That's one of the benefits of like trailblazing our own path, becoming the best skaters we can become, doing some of the things that we're doing, hopping on the internet and stuff like that. It's like we're creating a path for people to follow.
Yeah.
You know, the way that you're online teaching people how to roller skate, you're showcasing the old school style. But then when you show yourself skating, like just doing you have your own mesh of how you bring your own flair of how you bring everything together, man. And a lot of people look up to you for that.
Yeah.
You know? Matter of fact, how does that feel? How does the impact of how does like you doing the things you do and impacting other people, how do you feel about that?
Man, it's,
you know, you've turned yourself into a figure.
I don't like, even though it's there, the reality is there, I don't think too much on it, if that makes sense. Cause like I'm literally so the reason I'm gonna tell you guys the reason why I even started, why Look at Lano even exists.
Yeah.
Look at Lano exists because when I first started skating pre-COVID, like literally a year before COVID, nobody was making no like content for real. Like I said, you had a handful of people and it was really limited. Yeah. You know, shout out to Malik. So we only had Malik. That's it. So he had like
and we had started shortly after.
And I'm in tutorial videos. Yeah, there was nobody making tutorial videos, and I felt like I grew up. Everything that I know, I kind of learned on the internet. Like growing up, just being a Gen Z.
Man, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 25.
Okay,
so just growing up, I learned everything, because I spent most of my time like by myself growing up, like my parents.
Only child?
Yeah, no, I'm not the only child, but like, growing at work. Yeah, literally, dad at work, mom at work. I'm the oldest, so I literally I need to learn how to do this. So I resorted to the internet. So YouTube, Reddit, that's how I learned everything. So with skating, I went online. I'm like, nobody teaching nothing. I'm like, what's going on? So it wasn't my plan in the beginning, but once I got the skills, I'm like, if I'm having a problem, there's hundreds, thousands, millions of people, that have the same problem. But I didn't realize that it was in other countries.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like I said, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, I did these videos for just like people that I saw. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a video on that. Like somebody come up to me, oh, I don't know how to pivot. Okay, I'm gonna make a little pivot video. But I didn't know that video would be shared in Africa. So that's what it threw me off, like, because I didn't plan none of this. When I made my page, I didn't plan to have 70,000, followers or like over 100,000 on all my, platforms put together. That wasn't like a thing. The attention, you know, like I said, I'm an introvert. I don't really like attention like that. So this was kind of like a side effect. So to answer your question, people coming up to me and me having an impact, it was a side effect of that one problem that I wanted to solve. I was like, I don't feel like it's fair that someone in New Mexico can't learn how to JB skate. That's not fair. You know,
or that they have to come all the way here just to learn.
I never like that, and I know I might get like a little, you know, whatever for saying this. I don't feel like you should have to come to.
Wait.
I don't feel like you should have to come to Chicago.
Y'all are filming.
Yeah, we doing
it. Like when Malik has entered the chat.
Yeah. How you doing, brother? I was telling them, and he's gonna be opposed to this. So I don't feel like people should have to come to Chicago to learn how to JB skate.
No, we make tutorials for a reason.
Oh, okay. So we on the same side. We on the same side.
I would say come to Chicago for the experience, to see it in firsthand person. But you can learn from wherever you at, and you can literally learn from watching the video. I don't care what nobody say. Videos and social media are literally taking over everything right now.
You was just talking
and that's just how it's gonna be, bro. And there's nothing you can do about it, because even if it's something bad or good on social media, it's going to receive views and shares to the point where people are going to be either inspired by it or drawn away from it.
We do recommend coming out here, though.
Like, I'm not saying don't come out.
Yeah,
and look, somebody needs to make it.
Highly encourage it. The one thing we say is just get the hell out the way. Don't get in here thinking you a master at JB when you still learning. Just come in here and sit on the sideline and just watch the people who've been here for years.
Yeah.
And that's what we encourage, because we want you to see it firsthand before you try to get out here trying to bully us in our own city. Because we're going to trip your ass. Like, for real though, like, we show love, we embrace everybody. I've been teaching a white guy JB skating, and he's raw as hell.
Yeah, I saw him last night.
You got tattoos?
Yes.
Yes.
I
met him last night.
I taught him for 5 hours, bro. He came out here from New York.
Yeah.
I taught him for 5 hours, and he understood the concept and everything of how everything goes. And he's like, bro, it's not even the fact that I want to learn the style, but I love the way the culture moves. And he's seen, like, firsthand. I told him, like, oh, you should extend your stay because IR is coming up the week after. He's like, man, what's IR? I showed him. And I was like, bro, you're going to see JB firsthand, bro, because everybody's going to come out. You're going to see people who don't even skate at our regular sessions anymore come out because it's a party weekend. They have a reason to come out. So you're going to see JB skaters of all calibers, from the old school, the middle school, and the new school.
Across generations.
You feel me? Like, and the fact that we have different generations shows you that this shit carry on for legacies and legacies, bro.
Legacy.
You can use this shit. Big legacy shit, by the way. Look, you can use this as, like, we encourage you to learn from our tutorials, especially myself, and look at Lano. I have a lot on YouTube. He has a lot on Instagram. We're not telling you guys that you can't watch a video and learn it from there, because some people learn the best from watching the video. You can watch it unlimited rather from booking a lesson or anything, or actually being here and learning from an instructor. Even if you learn somebody who's not from Chicago, but they learn from somebody from Chicago, and y'all just friends, and you teaching what he learned. That's cool. He or she. Just come to the city one time to embrace the culture. IR weekend or Legacy weekend. We ain't gonna say too much.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Golly, man. So you finna get into party promotion and hosting and all the things. Moving and grooving. You got a lot going on. So we talking about Legacy weekend. We talking about this hat you got going on with flippers.
Skate Chicago Fest coming soon. That's
Skate Chicago Fest. JB Skate Chicago Fest.
When would that take place?
When would it take place?
Yeah, because we know it get cold.
For me to know and y'all to find out.
All right.
It might be in a weekend that ain't nobody got. I'm still doing my research, but I want to make sure it don't collide with no other parties. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I want it to be something where people can also feel comfortable with coming back to Chicago. Yep. I don't want people to only come to Chicago for JBX and IR. I want it to be a 3-point seasonal thing. JBX in April, IR in July. In Chicago area.
All right, Lee. Appreciate it.
I just see you tonight.
Man.
What a character.
Facts, man.
For sure.
You know, when you think of the skate world, who's the first name come to mind?
Reggie just popped up.
Okay.
Yeah, Reggie just popped up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you know, Reggie is like, I want to say like the announcer. You know, if you want to know anything about it, we go to Reggie page, we tune into his lives. You know, he in this country, he in this country. Oh yeah, for sure. And he actually know what he talked about and been there and talked to these people and got receipts. You know, he'd be like, oh, I'm here with this guy. I'm here with this guy. I'm with this OG. I learned from this person. You know, and like, you know, he do everything for the culture and don't expect nothing back. When the last time like Reggie ever tried to, you know, get some type of like something for himself? Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it come because it's a side.
It's all goodwill.
You said what?
It's all goodwill.
Yeah.
It's just constantly giving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man. Hey, well, you got anything you want to add?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Quite the conversation.
Yeah, this is my first interview.
I appreciate you having us, bro.
Anytime, man. I was nervous. I don't know what to say, but
we just
one thing about social media, like I said, I wouldn't call myself an introvert now, because I kind of like, I had to become who I am today to like thrive in a way. So, you know, when I started my page 3 years ago, I couldn't hold a conversation with nobody, you know, no eye contact. This was like unheard of, but like going to these skate parties and people coming up to me, it started with like 5 people come up and like, oh, I watch your videos. And now like really yesterday I had to greet like 60 to 70 people. You know, that, you know, if you really like, imagine like you got a line of 60 to 70 people that you have to talk to. You just get used,
and they all know you at what feels like such a deep level, because they've experienced hours of you and you're meeting them for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and I tried, like I learned from Bobby. Bobby told me, he said, bro, whenever he come back here, because he always, you know, out of town in other countries with Usher or doing something for himself, when he come back to Chicago, it literally take him 2 hours just to get to the skate floor. Because every person that talks to him, he takes 10-15 minutes out to have a genuine conversation. I'm not gonna say I love to skate. Like I say, I'm a skater first. I'm gonna say I appreciate you, and I answer all your questions. But I'm on that floor and I'm skating. You know, I give as much time as I can, but I'm on that floor. I love skating. I can do this. I do this every single day. Yeah. And that's what people don't realize. When I first started skating, to get to where I am, I always saw it as me catching up. Malik been skating for 20 years since he was like 5 years old. Wow. I gotta catch up to that. For me to catch up to that, I gotta put in
double time, triple time, quadruple time, so that you can speed up the process. You know what I mean? He's gonna grow at a great pace, only doing his 2-3 sessions a week. Meanwhile, like, you've got so much ground to cover because you don't even have the muscle memory laid for some of these things that he's doing yet. You know, or maybe you can do something and it's still pretty surface level. It takes a lot of effort.
When I first started skating, and people don't realize this, when I first started skating, I skated 7 days a week. I didn't miss no days. And I had a full-time job too. You know, I'm not just, you know, a bum at home. I clocked out, and on the weekends I would skate 3 sessions. I would skate at 12, and then I go to a family session, and then I go to the night session every day.
So he was deployed, I was on that type of time.
Really.
Before I met Lorraine, and he was deployed. I was already skating, but it was like, okay, he was here, so the sessions I was getting, I was on my own. So I had to, that's all I was doing. I was literally skating every day I could at different rinks, because every rink isn't open every day of the week. So I'm driving 25 minutes this way, 30 minutes that way, an hour spending the entire day out there.
Spending what, 300? What, $400?
I don't even do that.
Don't do that, man.
It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. It gets to that point. No, it got to that point. So when I first started, like, I was like, my skate budget is crazy, but you get to a point where like I would gladly give $10-15 to skate. I don't even think about it. It's like a bill to me. It's like you gotta pay your phone bill. I have to pay my skate bill.
That's it.
So yeah.
until you get in the rinks for free.
So man, these skaters, I'm not trying to be like Messi, but
Cool.
I do not feel like
everybody to patronize.
I don't feel like, and I'm gonna talk to a lot of the skate owners, but I don't feel like they use us as they should. Me and Malik and Maisha and Sydney, there's only a handful of us, and they don't use us like they should to push,
Honestly, don't you just think that they just open the doors and cut the lights on and that's it?
Yeah.
Because I feel like some of these places can be renovated, upgraded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is a part of the reason why I want to own roller skating rinks. Probably a part of the reason why you want to own roller skating rinks is because we'll have full control over making sure that the experience we care the most about is actually like peak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well taken care of. For example, last night I saw the mirrors in the kiddie pool rink area, and I mean they're not mirrors. It's the strips you put on the wall, and it's just plastic cover, so you can kind of see a reflection.
They make $1 million a year. Millions of dollars a year. We think
mirrors and level this floor,
man.
And but the place looks. It's just like. They don't put back into it, man.
And it's so crazy. When I went to Kenya and they created, like I said, when I went there, my first day there, they wasn't done with the skating rink. So they had a session later that day, and they were still putting the carpet down.
Wow.
But I would say Skate City, Nairobi, like visually. So how they run things, it need a lot of work because it's not by the skaters and they still learning. It's their first year. Yeah. But visually, I would say it's the best skating rink in the world. Best skating rink in the world. They have 2 stories where you can watch from the second story and have a full restaurant. Yeah, literally a full restaurant. 3 full bars. I think they're putting a bowling rink in the side of the skating rink somewhere. Yeah. The floor, it have a concert area where artists can come and like perform while you're skating. The floor, they put whatever like theme it is. They might change it. For like if an artist come in, imagine we got like Future or something, they put Future face on the floor for that. Dang. They do events big with lights everywhere and they change everything, and half the floor might be for skating rink and the other half is for people that like dance and stuff.
Right.
Like I said, they serve alcohol, which I know like legality is different in different like countries and stuff, but I personally feel like there's no skating rink in the world, including Cascade and the one in Florida, that's better than Skate City, Nairobi. And not to mention, it's on the 12th floor. It's on the 12th floor.
It's on the 12th
floor. That's crazy. It's on the 12th floor. Yeah.
I didn't imagine that at all.
Oh yeah, like you can.
That's the top of the building, ain't it?
So it's this big old, like I want to call it like a mall building, and on the 12th, the rink is on the 12th floor of a building.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a great place.
I don't think people know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's literally a dream. Like when me and Jared first got out there, I promise we was like, we're never going home. We told us, but we woke up every day and we looked at each other. I'm like, bro, this is a dream. He said, I'm never going back home. So yeah, I love Kenya.
Was your contract only that amount of time?
It was 6 months.
So y'all were there longer than that.
Yeah, we was there. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff that I'm not gonna talk about like on the podcast, but like. It's their first year and like stuff wasn't really moving how it's supposed to move, but like the experience, I would never change it for anything. That was, I'm gonna retire in Kenya. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. Like I'm retiring in Kenya. I love everything about Kenya. The 12th floor.
I would never think to put a rink that high off the ground.
Yeah.
But to know that you can.
Yeah.
There's hella buildings out here that ain't got shit on certain floors.
Oh yeah.
What is it called? The folks, they were on the show. They were on HBO. Disco Aces.
Yeah.
They do pop-up rinks all over the country. And I've seen some of theirs that have been on higher floors. And I've never thought like putting a wood floor on a
now obviously you got like foundation and stuff, but yeah, the structure, like I said, when you guys, I post it every day, it's beautiful. It's like, you feel like a kid again when you go in there. They got like a section where you can go and like play a PS5. And then they got like where you can like, they got the things where you can like hoop Then it's like another area. They got private rooms on the side that you can book and like have a private party and have like a DJ to go in there for that party and like noise cancellation. It's a crazy place to go to. It's a crazy place to go to.
That's a full entertainment facility.
Really?
Yeah.
You know?
That's basically around.
I want you to compare that to what you're gonna see tonight and what you saw yesterday. What I just told you. We got a long way to go.
Long way to go.
Africa's supposed to be behind us. Supposed to be behind us.
Yeah. That's
So,
crazy. Wow. So do you think that's the kind of rinks you strive to open?
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, when I make my ring, I'm gonna tell you now, Cliff. I'm gonna do name drop. I'm gonna tell you now, Cliff. When I make my ring, I'm taking a lot of inspirations from everywhere. You know, everything represents something. I want all the greatness that all the rings have. I'm gonna take a piece from here. It's just like my skating. My skating, I take a piece from here. I'll take a piece from here. I'll take a piece from here, and create something that's never been created before.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully I can start here in Chicago. I might start in Africa. You never know. But like that is the end goal. That is the dream because I am a super finance guy, and I'm into, you know, marketing, finance, and all of that business stuff. It just fit like my nature, and I didn't know that until I got into social media. That was like, okay, I found my calling. I want to make something of skating. Now, obviously, it'd be easier because skating is niche, and you guys know that it is harder to make a business in skating just because of how niche it is. But that gives you like the room to like take over in a way. So yeah. Yeah, that's the goal.
What right now?
They go to stateside to what you just described is in Florida.
Yeah.
And they got like
literally.
music park basically.
Yeah.
And they also have a rink. I forget the name of it, but
I've been there before.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to go out there.
Yeah,
honestly.
for
We got
sure.
a lot of traveling to do.
Oh yeah. It's really nice. They got go-karts and like the restaurant and then skating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hold up. I might have to. Oh no, we don't got go-karts. We don't have go-karts out there in Kenya.
Yeah.
Well, not in Kenya, but in Skate City.
So right now, roller skating, I would say, is at a level of a small pond. It's not a whole ocean right now.
Yeah.
Right? A whole ocean looks like NFL, NBA, soccer.
Yeah.
That's what an ocean looks like, right? What do you think needs to happen to elevate roller skating to be a sport of that caliber?
Exposure. Usher. We appreciate you for the Super Bowl. We just need exposure. It's there. It's something that every person can do. I don't care if you're 5 years old or you're 65 years old.
80 years old.
It don't matter. It's something that everybody can do. Literally, we can put on our skates right now, skate right here. The access is there. We just need more people to know about it because now, you know, pre-COVID, when you thought of roller skating, oh, that's for kids. You're too old to do that. So we got to get that ideology out of people's heads, and then skating we're gonna see Nike, Adidas, well, they're already doing it, sponsored. So we just need the exposure first. Then the businesses they're gonna see, and then they're going to invest in it. When they invest in it, you know, more people gonna come because they're gonna see it more. It's just marketing. It's just marketing, literally. And that's why we make our videos and get these millions of views. Because a lot of people I met yesterday, they tell me, "Oh, I just started skating a month ago." A month ago? That's crazy. I just started 6 months ago. And I'm like, what? A month ago, and they're really good too. So I personally feel like that's another hot take. I feel like skating is in its infancy. Oh yeah. I feel like it just started. I know it's been around for over 100 years, but I still feel like it just started.
Yeah.
At growth,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And I want to see it elevated to that level of being in the Olympics, of, you know, having entire facilities and an economy dedicated to it by itself. You know what I mean? Like when you think of
what's that sport that people do? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. They got one in KC.
Where you like push
curling. If curling is a thing, skating can be a sport.
Literally.
Come on.
Literally.
Come on.
Like,
they watch
what is this?
Watch this.
Bowling. Come on, skating and bowling go hand in hand. They got leagues. Why we don't have leagues?
I guarantee you, 80% of the niggas here right now can bowl.
Yeah.
It's a left and right thing.
Literally.
They go hand in hand.
So it's not a matter of like It's when it's gonna happen. Because it's gonna happen. It grows every year. We're all growing. You're growing. I mean, we're growing. I'm growing. Those numbers, those followers, they mean something. That means the market appreciates you, and it's gonna reward you with more, with a bigger following. So there's a reason why, I started. I went from last year I think I had like 20,000 followers, and now I hit 70,000. 50,000 a year mean like people want this. They want to see, like I think I get like 3 million views per month. People appreciate skating. So it's not.
They want to see.
They want to see more. They want as many tutorials as I can dish out. Yeah. They want as many smooth videos as I can dish out, and not just me. All the other influencers, they want more. So skating is gonna be really, really popular.
Let me ask you this: you seem like you're an in shape guy, man. Do you
I know it's
yeah. Flex one time with the camera ball, let them see it. Yeah.
That's what I did. Like that was before skating. I was just into the gym full time. Like I'm really into like bodybuilding and nutrition. Because honestly, I never thought that I'd be a skate influencer. I wanted to be a fitness influencer.
Really?
So I wanted, what I do with skating, basically just switch it up, and I wanted to do it with fitness. Even though I'm still gonna do that, but one thing at a time. That I don't want to spread myself too thin. But I started with fitness. And then
you'll incorporate that into your personal brand.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, Look at Lano can mean whatever you want it to mean. So I can't have Look at Lano.fitness or whatever, But we started. I want to do one thing, master it, and then I can go into fitness and, like I said, finance, and teach other people how to, grow their following and, philosophy, whatever I feel like making here.
Yeah. What's up, man? What's your favorite philosophy? You said philosophy?
Oh,
I love philosophy.
I just love hearing like different perspectives and stuff. Cause like I kind of like
people's view of the world.
Yeah, like literally like, man, that's like it's hard to like really talk about it because we could go to like so many different like perspectives. But like I definitely like to hear other people's views on the world and why they do what they do. Yeah. What drives you? What why do you do this? What do it make you feel like? Why do you have these principles? Are your principles back? Like I would like question like your principles. I'm like, all right, like if you believe in this, what about this? What would you do in this scenario? And then they're like, oh snap, I never thought about that. Stuff like that. It's really hard to like put it into like specifics because it's so broad. It's literally philosophy is so broad, and that's why I love it.
Yeah.
I love having logical talks and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, we gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We can keep chopping it up. We can turn the camera off. Yeah, no, we can turn the camera off. Keep chopping it up if you want, but we gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode officially with Look at Lano, aka give him the skate page.
Oh, it's Look at. My name is Alano, but it's Look at Lano. So Look at Lano on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, So
Everything. Well, we appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, anytime, bro. I appreciate y'all.
We're gonna have a good session tonight. We're gonna get the long.
Oh yeah.
And you keep on doing big things, bro. Keep trailblazing. Keep on giving people something to look up to.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we do this for. Like I said, everything comes as a side effect. The notoriety, the income, all of that is a side effect of you, like you say, having goodwill. But I started this because I'm like, there's a problem, and I feel like if you are in a space and there's a problem and you realize that problem, it's up to you to fix it.
Right.
It's up to you to fix it. You have the obligation to fix that problem. So I'm like, nobody's making JB content. Everybody loves JB. What's the issue? Well, something's not clicking. So, I tried to make myself as qualified as I can. I was met with like a lot of resistance, but I fought past that resistance, and now I'm here.
That's it.
So yeah.
And people are gonna have resistance initially.
Regardless.
There's always gonna be some friction.
Oh yeah.
But being okay, knowing that you're trying to do the right thing the best you can with what you have.
Oh yeah.
So it's all about, man.
Oh yeah.
We didn't sit around waiting for somebody to give us permission to open a skate school and teach people the right or wrong way to skate.
Yeah, literally.
We had to turn something in. We had to turn nothing into something.
Yeah.
And then give people what they're looking for.
Yeah.
What we all love, roller skating.
Yeah.
So Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, man.
For sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
most definitely. Well, that's gonna be it for this one.
All right, all right.
We'll see y'all on the wood.
We gonna
My boy.
top it up.
Oh yeah.
We like a race.